Hey folks, it's Woody here over at USA Made Blade, and just coming to you from the shop this afternoon. Very excited to introduce to you the brand new, just in McNees customized Mac 2 3.5. There she is. Very, very excited to have these in. This is our first little batch of them. They're not going to last long, but just wanted to get a video out to you guys. So let's talk about this thing for a minute. If you go to or know anybody that goes to knife shows, specifically the International Blade Show, then you've heard of this knife. Because the Mac 2 3.5, when we were at the International Blade Show, was the talk of the show. Everybody kept coming up to our booth going, have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet? Have you held one? He had a few prototypes there, and everybody was talking about the amazing action on them, the size of the knife, the perfection of it. It was the big time talk of the show. And I bet if he's any other shows he's been to since Blade Show back in June, it's been the talk of the show. So let's dive into this thing here real quick. One of the big reasons this was the talk of the show is because of this. This just incredible. Oh, smooth action. I mean, we always have said that nothing could really compare to Koenig on action, and McNees has done it. That just doesn't get any smoother. Just does not get any smoother. So let's give you some specs on this bad boy. This is 7.5 inches overall. We've got a 3.5 inch blade with about a 3.25 inch, a little bit over at cutting edge, and we're 4.5 ounces overall. Nice pocket clip. Got some good standoffs on here. Nice stop pin. It obviously is not a flipper, so it is thumb stud opening. And as Jonathan McNees told us, it is a finger guillotine. So watch those fingers, because this thing just is that damn smooth. Just blown away by him. We were at Blade Show, and he did it again. So another thing that I've got to mention is that McNees goes through a whole lot of trouble to make sure that every part on their knives, if they don't personally make it, every part they don't make is 100% made in the USA. So that includes the pivots, thumb studs, anything they don't do, screws, any standoffs, anything like that. If they don't make it, then they make sure the company who's making it is making it in the United States. And boy, that just screams to us. We absolutely love that. I think that's very classy of them, and a cool thing to do. So let's compare this thing to some other knives. These are not knives that are necessarily comparable as far as quality of materials, things like that, but at least we'll give you an idea of the overall size on this thing. So let's start. I think everybody has had one of these in their collection at some point in time with the Benchmade full-size Griptilian. Really close on the handle size, pretty close on the blade size, maybe just a hair longer on the Griptilian. And then the width across, you're a little wider on that Benchmade. So next up, we'll throw in, I had to put this one out there. It's relatively new to the market, but it's the Benchmade Mini Adamas. Benchmade really knocked it out of the park on this one, but really overall size, we're almost spot on the same. Really, really close. Maybe a hair longer on the blade here. But the handles on the Mini Grip, or I'm sorry, the Mini Adamas, are way, way thicker. Just way thicker. But we've sold quite a few of those, so hopefully that helps some of you out. Next up, let's throw in, we'll do a shameless plug here, throw in our Animascus Anodized ZTO 450. Really were overall the same size. I mean, it's same length on the handle, pretty much the same length on the blade. I mean, darn near spot on size. So, and honestly, that width across, you're a little wider on the Mac 2 3.5. So, while we're on ZT, we'll throw in a ZTO 562 CF. Just a little bit more blade length on that. So just slight. If I level them up here by handle, it's maybe 1/10 of an inch here. Get a little bit more handle length, but the other reason I'm showing this is because of that width across it. It's about spot on to a 5.62 CF. Another shameless plug, show off that ocean blue Animascus on that one. Let's throw in, it's the same size as the 5.62 as far as overall length, but throw in a Hinder XM18 3.5. This is spear point here, but definitely more handle length on it. If you line up the handles here, the blades are pretty much spot on. But to show that, you definitely get a thicker handle on the XM18 3.5. So, and then finish it off with, next to its baby brother, the McNees customized Mac 2. So you definitely are getting a bigger knife here, as explained by the 3.5. But the overall thickness on that handle is right at the same, and I think the blade thickness is the same. It's really, really close if it's not. But we weren't surprised by the smoothness on this, to be honest, because the first Mac 2, I've said in other videos, for its being a smaller knife, is just incredibly smooth. So, but guys, here it is. It's the Mac 2 3.5. It has gotten rave attention from everybody in the knife world. Jonathan and everybody at McNees had knocked it out of the park on this one. So we're going to have a small amount of these that we're going to be dropping tomorrow. And then on down the road, we've been told we'll get a lot more of them, but it's going to be a little while. He just wanted to get some out there, and we wanted to get a video out there to make you guys hungry for this knife in the future. So, and I think a lot of people are going to be. So that's it. It's the Mac 2 3.5. Like I said, some will be available tomorrow. The other knives I showed in this video, I think, are all available at usmablade.com as well. So we hope you'll check them all out. And as always, we appreciate you watching.